Hello everyone, this is Neha Tulsyan from Crescent Creation. Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm showing you how to create these cute treat pockets, which you can create very easily with your kids for their school Valentine project. I created these for my 2.5-year-old daughter so that she can share these treats with her daycare friends. So let me get started. For the base, I die cut these white cardstocks out of the largest die from the large Slimline with sliders die from Fawn. You can use any Slimline die that you have in hand as long as it measures 8.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And here I'm scoring this piece at 3 inches, 3.5 inches and at 6.5 inches on the longer side. Now I'm going to go ahead and reinforce those score lines by folding the cardstock in those score areas, and I'll use my bone folder to get me a nice and crisp fold. And next I have these pattern papers that I die cut out of the largest die from the small Slimline with lift the flap dies from Fawn. And I'm adding some double-sided tape all over this pattern paper and gluing it to my white cardstock. This just helps make the outside look pretty. You can even ink your white cardstock if you want to, but pattern paper is just a little easier and faster. Next, I'm using my bone folder and scoring back on those folds just to make sure that when I fold this piece again with the pattern paper, I don't get any cracks and the piece gets folded properly. So here I'm going to show you again once very quickly what I did. So here I have my white die cut piece and I'm scoring it at 3 inches, 3.5 inches and 6.5 inches. Again, you can use any Slimline die that you have in hand for the die cutting, or you can just simply trim a white cardstock that measures 3.5 inches and 8.5 inches. I just like the stitching details that the dies add, and that's why I used a die. So once I have scored and folded my white die cut piece, here I'm going ahead and gluing the pattern paper. This pattern paper is from a Fawn pattern paper pack. It was a 12 by 12 pack. I do not remember the name currently, but I will link it in the description box below. So once I have my pattern paper in place, I just went ahead and scored the lines, and here I'm just folding those scored lines, and this finishes my pockets. I can choose from a lot of different treats to put in this pocket. I chose Skittles because my daughter loves it. And now comes the fun part, to decorate these pockets from the outside. You can choose any images from any samsets that you have in hand. I decided to use Crescent Creation digital images from their January release. These hot air balloons and these cute critters are from the Flying By digital stamp set. I have colored and die cut them all off camera, and here I'm just using my craft knife and scissors to put these cute critters into the hot air balloon. So I'll go ahead and put all these images together, and once everything is ready, we'll assemble them together. And before you put everything together, it's time to first stamp anything that you want to stamp on these pockets. So here I stamped at the back my details like handmade by Neha Tulsyan, and it says my website www.crescentcreation.com, and using some double-sided tape I'm just going ahead and gluing the Skittles in place. I ran out of temporary adhesive, so I'm just using my regular double-sided tape. You can use glue dots or any other glue that you have in hand except liquid glue. I don't think liquid glue is a good idea because it would be very messy, and yeah, I just don't think liquid glue would be a good idea. But you do whatever suits you or whatever works for you at that moment. And here I'm just now going ahead and gluing my images and the sentiment. So I added some liquid glue to the top part of my hot air balloon. Do not add glue all over because then you will just glue shut the whole pocket, which I do not want. And here I'm just adding some sentiment strips that I trimmed out using my trimmer, and I'm gluing it directly onto the pockets using some liquid glue. Also added my daughter's name to the inside so that the recipient knows it's from her. And now that I'm all done, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this using a glue dot. And this is how it looks. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of the 5 pieces off camera, and once I'm done, I'm gonna show you all of them together. So here are all my 6 treat pockets that I made out of Fawn dies and Crescent Creation digital images. I just love how they turned out, and I thought they would look even cuter if I added a few of the embellishments to these pieces. So I used the 3 new embellishments from the January release from Crescent Creation and added to all these 6 treat pockets. And this is how they look. I had so much fun creating this. I hope you guys enjoyed it too and will give this a try. It would be a fun weekend project for the coming Valentine's Day for you and your kid. If you give this a try, don't forget to tag me on your social medias using hashtag Crescent Creation. All the products used are linked in the description box below. See you next time. Until then, happy crafting!